Talk about two teams with two very different track records over the past 7 years. Since the start of the 2014-15 season, Tampa Bay has won a league-best 70 playoff games, which is 28 more than the next closest team during that stretch, and reached at least the conference finals in their last 5 of 7 seasons, playing in 3 Stanley Cup finals and won the past 2 Stanley Cups. They are a very, very dominant team. Toronto, well, the Maple Leafs have lost in the first round in each of their past 5 years, despite a big money, big talent core, while the organization has not won a playoff series of any kind since the 2003-4 playoffs, before the salary cap era even began. It's pretty obvious which team has the most pressure here, and it's 1,000,000% Toronto Maple Leafs. If Tampa Bay loses, it might be a disappointment for fans to see their quest for a three-peat come to an end, but they have earned a leash and will get the, well, it's tough to win 3 years in a row benefit of the doubt. If Toronto loses in the first round with this core for a 6th consecutive year, the city is going to have a meltdown, and you have to expect significant changes to come somewhere in the organization. After all, it is not like Toronto has been losing to heavy favorites lately. 2 years ago, they lost to the Columbus team that had the 14th best point percentage in the league in a play-in series, and last year they lost to a Montreal team that was 4th place in the All-Canada division, and then came back this season with the worst record in the league. They lose as favorites, they lose as underdogs. They just have to win. If they do not, nobody's going to care about the regular season win total, or Austin Matthews scoring 60 points and winning her 2nd straight Rocket Richard Award, or Mitch Marner's point total. It's time to win right now. Welcome back to today's episode, everyone. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn notifications so you know when I publish next. With all that out the way, let's get into today's episode. There are a lot of reasons Tampa Bay won the past 2 Stanley Cups, and its depth beyond its top scorers is one of the biggest. But this past offseason, salary cap issues forced the team to trade Tyler Johnson and say goodbye to their dominant third line of Blake Coleman, Yanni Gourde, and Barclay Goodrow. Tampa Bay has replaced that collection of forwards internally with Ross Colton, through free agency with Corey Perry and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, and the trade deadline with Brendan Hagel and Nick Paul. So how did they compare? Let's compare 2 sets of numbers on how the Lightning have performed during 5-on-5 play without their biggest 3 forwards on the ice in Nikita Kucherov, Steven Stamkos, and Braden Point. During the 2019-20 and 2020-21 seasons, where Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup both years, they outscored teams by a 145-125 margin, which is a 53% goal share, and had a better than 52% share of total shot attempts, scoring chances, high danger scoring chances, and expected goals. In other words, when their big 3 were not on the ice, they still outplayed and outscored their opponents. This season, their goal share has actually improved in those situations, with the 71-60, which is a 54% share, while their shot attempts, scoring chance, and expected goal shares are all nearly identical, meaning that their depth is still excellent, even if their new players may not be quite as good as the players that left. After a slump late in the season, the Lightning seemingly flipped the switch late over the past 2 weeks to close out the regular season. This is going to be an X-factor matchup in the series because, well, goaltending always is. On the Tampa Bay side, we have Andrei Vasilevskiy, the best goalie on the planet when he is at his best. When he is at his best, it makes the Lightning almost unbeatable behind this collection of talent and forward and defense. His numbers this season have not been as strong as they typically are, but everyone knows what he is capable of. The big question is going to be whether or not he runs out of steam. He has played a lot of hockey the past few years and literally every minute of the past 2 playoff runs for the Lightning. On the Toronto side, we have Jack Campbell, a total mystery right now, whose season has been a total roller coaster of ups and downs. He started off great, was awful for 3 months in the middle of the season, and then missed time with injury and started to play better down the stretch going into the playoffs. On paper, this is a big advantage for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but if Toronto gets the early season version of Campbell, and the version that is entering the playoffs on a 7-0-2 run over his past 9 appearances, that gap could be closed a bit. But without it, the Tampa Bay Lightning will win this series in 6 games. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.